Hi, my name's Kirsty and I work in the Cyber Protect team. We have seen a recent spike in phone thefts that have resulted in fraud. Your phones are like your online house. Just like we wouldn't want you to lose anything from a physical burglary, we don't want you to lose all your data in a phone theft, which can result in fraud. So please follow my top 3 tips to help protect you moving forward. Tip 1, shoulder surfing. Like you are at an ATM, make sure you are protecting when you put your passcode in. And if you haven't got a passcode, make sure you have got one on. Please ensure when you put your passcode in, there's no one around. That is what will make you a target from having your phone stolen. If your phone is stolen, you don't want a criminal to guess your passcode. So just make sure you're not using 1, 2, 3, 4 or any common obvious patterns on your keypad that could give your passcode away. Tip 2, Face and Touch ID. If you haven't already got a Face ID or a Touch ID applied, get one on, because this means you're not out and about putting your passcode in where you can be shoulder surfed. So having Face ID on will reduce the risks. Having Face ID applied or Touch ID will increase the security, because that reduces the amount of times you're going to have to put your passcode in your device when you are out in public. So that's why that's more secure. So just make sure when you are out and about, and if your Face ID does then fail, going back to tip 1, don't let anyone oversee that code. Tip 3, review your device settings. If your phone is stolen, there are settings that you can apply that will provide further security protection to your online accounts if it is stolen. So if your phone is stolen, the first thing a criminal can do is put your device in airplane mode here. If they put your phone in airplane mode, that stops you tracking your device and remotely wiping your data if you need to. So let's take that off. So go to your settings, you can go down to Face ID and passcode. So once you're in Face ID and passcode, if you scroll to the bottom, you will be able to see exactly what's allowed on your lock screen. So if someone wants to steal this device right now, they have access to all of these options. So it's a recommendation, you don't have to. However, if you take these off, even notification center, that will just give you a bit more security there. You can have reply with a message or return missed call. So if you do have your phone stolen or, well, lost, and someone actually does want to reunite your device, they can actually try and get your device back to you if you have just naturally lost it, because there are good people out there as well. So another option that you can do on iPhone is you can hold down any app and put Face ID. So here you've got a few options. You go require Face ID just here, and that will apply the Face ID. So now that's protected that app and Face ID is now applied. So another setting available on iPhone is that you can actually block access to your iCloud with a different passcode. So the passcode you use to access your phone, you can set up a second passcode to access your iCloud. And I'm going to show you how to do this. Another thing you can do is you can also block access to Face ID and passcode. So if a criminal steals your phone and they have your passcode, they can go into this setting and they can actually apply their own Face ID as a secondary Face ID, or they can simply replace yours. If you go to screen time, which is here, you go down, and then you can actually create a screen time passcode. So for this example, I'm going to use something really simple that I don't recommend you use, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, just for the example here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will ask you to do that 2 times. Now, I'm not going to put an email or phone number for recovery of this in my device. I'm just going to skip that for now. That's now on. And then this is a setting here that will allow you to lock these important security settings within your device. So you're putting your screen time restrictions on. This is the code I've just entered and set up. Now I've got access to all of this. You scroll down and here you've got passcode and Face ID and accounts. What we want to do is don't allow. Go back, we don't allow. Now you can see I can't now access the iCloud. It's all greyed out. I do not have access to that. If I look for Face ID and passcode, that setting, as you can see, has disappeared. So now there's no facility to change the Face ID without a secondary passcode. I hope my tips are useful to help you protect your devices moving forward. If you are a victim of a phone theft, please do report this via 101. If you have had that result in fraud, please also report that to Action Fraud. that will allow our Cyber Protect team to provide you that advice and support to help you overcome that incident.